this is part 2. For part 1 of this video, there is going to be a link in the description below if you want to click that and see that first and learn what professions we saw in the previous video. If not, here's the rest of the video. Hi kids, and welcome back to another Toyscoveries video. Today we're going to learn about professions. We're going to learn about different professions by playing with this puzzle. So let's open up the box and set out our pieces and see what kind of professions we're going to learn about today. Okay, so let's get started. I've completed 5 puzzles, as you can see, and I've turned them upside down. So we're going to flip one piece at a time, and we're going to try to guess what kind of profession uses the materials or the equipment that is shown in the puzzle piece. So we're going to continue on with the rest of the puzzles, and our first piece is a tractor. A tractor. This is an orange tractor. Who might use a tractor and where? Let's see. Oh, we have a farmer. A farmer uses a tractor on a farm. And he's holding a carrot and a rake. He picks all the vegetables and the fruits that are on his farm. A farmer is professionally trained to work on a farm. They grow vegetables and fruits, and they mind animals like cows and goats, so we can all have fresh milk and vegetables at our local markets. Our next puzzle. Oh, we just talked about farmers. Farmers that are professionals at growing their vegetables and fruits. So once they've gathered them, they send them to a fruit market. And here we see watermelon, orange, and a pear. And we have some pears and some more oranges and apples. And this is a fruit stand. And this woman right here is working at her job as a farmer's salesperson. So this is a professional salesperson. She sells the grapes, oranges, and apples from her fruit stand to people. Have you ever been to a fruit market? Oh, a blackboard or a green board with some chalk. And they have written on it 1, 2, 3, D, F, and G. There's a notebook and pencil. Who might use these things at their job? A teacher. A teacher is another profession. This is a professional teacher. A teacher is trained to teach you about the alphabet and how to read and write and about math and all sorts of things. So that's another profession. And we'll move on to our next puzzle. I see an oven, bread, a wooden spoon, and a rolling pin. Do you guys know who might use these? A professional baker. A baker is a person who works at a bakery, and they bake bread and cookies and muffins. So if you walk in a bakery, there's somebody behind the counter that bakes all these things, and that is another profession. They're trained and they've learned how to bake wonderful smelling muffins and banana breads and cakes and all kinds of baking goods. And so we'll place our puzzle to the side. Let's see. Oh, here I see a computer, a telephone, a briefcase, and a tie. It's a blue tie and a brown briefcase. Who might use these? Oh, we see a man, and he is a businessman. A businessman might work in an office, working on his business. He might be a computer technician, all these things. So a person dressed in a suit with a briefcase and a phone and a computer might be many things. Might be a businessman, might be an office person that works in an office. That is another profession, somebody that is growing a business. So let's put our puzzle to the side and move on to our next 5 puzzles. Here I have our last 5 puzzles. So let's flip them over and see what they are. Here we have a watering can, some gloves, a shovel, and a rake. Who might use these at their job? It's a gardener. This profession is called a gardener. A person who is professionally trained to do gardening takes care of gardens, makes sure all the flowers and the trees are growing properly. So that is what a gardener does. Our next puzzle piece, we see a mixing glass with some liquid in it, a syringe, and a microscope. And this equipment is used by this girl here who is a scientist or a chemist. And she studies chemistry. By mixing different chemicals together, she creates a new product. It could be a shampoo, it can be a new medicine to make us feel better, different kinds of things. They create and experiment. So this is a chemist. Our next puzzle piece shows a piano and a trumpet, trombone, and if we flip over our other piece, we see a person who's holding a guitar. And this is a musician. A musician is a person who knows how to play the guitar, piano, and different kinds of instruments. A person who creates music is a musician. That is another profession. Our next puzzle piece shows a net. A net might be used by a professional athlete, and this athlete is a soccer player. He is throwing the ball into the net. People who have been trained to play professionally, so they play soccer or any kind of sport, and they get paid in return. All the professions we talked about, all the professions that we talked about are people who have been trained to do the specific job, and they get money in return for their efforts. Our next puzzle piece shows a scooter, a yellow scooter. And it's used by a mailman. A mailman delivers the mail to you. So they use this scooter to go around the neighborhood and deliver different kinds of mail. He's holding an envelope and has a mail bag that probably has tons and tons of envelopes with letters and cards and bills that need to be delivered to different homes. So now that all our puzzles are completed, I hope you enjoyed learning about the different professions we looked at. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't watched the other video, part 1, I'll leave the link in the description below so you can take a look at it. Until the next one, guys. Bye!